Ladies and gentlemen, today is July 15th?
I think 16.
16th. Man, time flies. We are exactly 4.5 weeks out to our next big, huge event, August 16th, at the heart of San Francisco Keys Art Pavilion. Right next to me, we have Jimmy, the one and only Padilla, from San Jose, Cordero Martial Art. Now, Jimmy, let's introduce you once again to all the MMA fight fans out there. Who are you and where are you born and raised? Where are you coming from?
My name is Jimmy Padilla, real name's Jaime. Shout out my mom for that one. And I was born and raised in San Jose, fighting out of San Jose, Cordero Martial Arts, probably some of the best martial artists in San Jose. So been there my whole life and always rep 408.
That's pretty good. Now, Jimmy, you are Latin?
Yeah, I'm Mexican. From my mom and dad are both from Jalisco, Guadalajara, Jalisco, and then my dad's from a pueblo called Palos.
You speak Spanish?
Of course I speak Spanish. My Spanish has been getting better because I have like a Salvadorian girlfriend, so I have to speak more Spanish.
Oh shit! Yeah. There you go. Now, Jimmy, you've been fighting amateur 2 years now, right?
About 2.5, 3 years. I took a little bit of a hiatus, but I've been pretty consistent. I've been pretty consistent now.
In the perfect world, how much longer you want to do amateur before you go pro?
I'd say about another 3-4 fights. Kind of get that 6 fights, 7 fights underneath my belt, and then really hone in and get comfortable in the cage, and then probably go pro from there.
Now, you're fighting an undefeated. You are undefeated as 3-0, and you're going to fight another undefeated guy, Raul Ortiz, 2-0. What do you think of him?
I think he's a really good grappler. He's aggressive. He's a go-getter, and I know that like with his attitude, my attitude, that how we have in the cage, it's gonna be a dogfight in there. And that's all that I can really ask for. Like we don't train this much just to put on a stinker. We're gonna go out there, put on a show, and I honestly think it's probably one of the best fights on your card.
Now you fight more likely all the fight that you're against more like a striker. I think this is probably the first time you're fighting a college wrestler, right?
Yeah, it is. Like I wrestled all throughout high school. I've been coaching high school wrestling, so my wrestling's been improving. And I always wanted to wrestle in college, and I kind of get to see where my grappling's at. And then if anything, our grappling will cancel each other out, and then we'll just put on a banger on the feet.
Yeah, we'll see about how things go. I know Raul just did a kickboxing fight. And shortening up like a couple months ago, he's shortening up. He stand up a little bit, and he's more like a wrestler, grappler. I honestly I don't know. The second amateur fight, I think he knocked the guy out on a standing or something. So this is definitely by far it's the toughest match he's ever faced. Vice versa, both you guys. So how do you prepare for this upcoming fight?
I prepare by getting lots of weightlifting. For me, I like being closer to my weight class. I don't really like to cut too much. Being nice and strong. I love running in the hills, so I'm always in the hills almost every day with my coach. Shout out to Lawrence. But I'm pretty much just getting that cardio up, any wrestling, and then just my favorite thing is to do a Shark Tank. When you get a fresh guy and constantly fighting.
Yeah, Shark Tanks and Iron Man, whatever you call it. That's a good drill. Now, who's your main training partner? I know Miguel's fighting on this card too, so obviously he's one of them, right?
So mainly it consists of Miguel, Trey when he's not too big, and then what is it? Juan Vidal. Juan Vidal, he's one of the pro fighters, he has lots of good knowledge. He's been helping me out with the strength and conditioning as well. So I feel really prepared.
Well, this is definitely like the one fight, any 135er amateur, you gotta keep your eyes on, So now, do you have anyone that in your eye you wants to fight besides obviously Raul is the up and coming fighter? So anyone out there at 135 pounds that catch your attention?
I do want to fight whoever's the champion at 135. I know we were talking about that a little bit earlier, but just whoever's the champion at 135, that's pretty much who I'm gunning for. I feel prepared and ready for the belt, and if that's in the cards, we'll go ahead and we'll talk about that.
Now, your last fight, it's almost a year now, right?
Just about a year. Last time I fought was last year card in November, like November 6th, 7th.
Oh shit, yeah, it is. It's It's coming up like almost 10 months.
Yeah, almost 10 months already. But
Wow. Fucking time flies. You know?
time really does fly. But you know, I've been enjoying coaching the high school wrestling. You know, getting back to the basics, polishing off a couple of things, and then still training and doing a lot of different things.
How often do you want to fight after this one?
After this one, I'm looking to fight 3-4 times a year. Kind of start to pick up the speed. You know, I'm
You want to fight on the next event on November 8th?
Absolutely, I want to fight in that November card. What is it? Your favorite fighter, Garrett the Caveman?
Oh, yeah!
What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the People's Champ. He wants to be fighting on that card, so I want to fight next to him. You know.
Well, I already told Gary we have a couple 170-pound fight on this upcoming card, and one of the fight is 2-2 versus 3-0. The winner of that fight is probably gonna face Gary for the title for the November. So he's gonna be in the building, right?
Yeah, he's gonna be in the building. He's gonna be coming back from a trip. I'm not gonna say where he's going just yet. You know, you're gonna have to check out his YouTube channel, Garrett Speaks. You're gonna have to check out his Instagram, Garrett Speaks. You know, you're gonna see where he's gonna be going. I'm not gonna say where he's going, but it's gonna be real good.
He's either in Philippines or the Ladyboy Thailand.
Yeah,
somewhere.
He does a lot of that content creation. He loves doing that stuff, and you know, you got to keep up with him. You never know his next move.
Wow, man, that's a crazy guy, man. Pretty good. I can't wait. I know he's 4-2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't wait. So I think we'll be we never have a welterweight amateur belt fight before, so I think it will be time to get something going. It'll be interesting to have him be on that mix, you know. Now, if people want to get a hold of you, Jimmy, how can people contact you on social media?
On Instagram, I'm Jimdog, JIMDOGG.408. So always repping the 408. So Jimdog, you guys can see me over there, and then anywhere on the Dragon House YouTube channel. You know, we have a couple fights up there, but I'm hoping to get a couple more in there.
Mm-hmm. Now, for more information about this upcoming event, check out DragonHouseMMA.com. Please subscribe my YouTube channel, give it a like. Smash the subscribe button, and welcome to comment all the interviews and all my fight content on my YouTube channel. So also follow me on Instagram as well, Dragon House MMA, and our last event of 2025. It's November 8th. Now this upcoming event, it's a huge stack card. We actually have to stop making more fights because I have a lot more fighters. Even the last few, they trying to message me, want to get on that card. I'm like, you guys got to get on me a little bit earlier than that because this card is stacked, and we are starting to prepare for the November 8th. So anybody couldn't make it to August, DM me for the November 8th. Another big card is going down. This upcoming card, we have a very special, unique fight. We got 2 female fights on this upcoming card that I'm excited about it. You know, so. Now, any special loved one, training partners, supporters that you want to shout out to?
I want to shout out my training partners, Trey. I want to shout out Juan, Miguel, obviously my coach, Josh Lawrence, and then I want to shout out my brother. You know, he's been a big help and a part of this journey, believing in me. You know, he's a barber, so feel free to hit up Ferocious Fades. He cuts out of San Jose, so if anybody is there in San Jose and needs to get cut up real nice and everything, you know, they most definitely can.
Yes.
So, that's just about it.
Now, Jimmy, if you want to go pro, are you gonna stay at 135, or you ever think about going down to 125?
I'm looking to go down to 125. Like I feel 135, I'm pretty nice, strong, but I've never made the cut to 125. But I'd like to try it out. Ooh. You know, see it going down. But now, like my body feels a lot more comfortable. I kind of got more of the grown man weight now that I'm 23, and I feel strong at 135, and I feel like I can make the cut down to 125.
What do you walk around weight?
I walk around like 150, 148 pounds. I don't like to cut too much weight. I like staying, nice hydrated, nice and strong, so that I come in nice and strong, and the stamina isn't really depleted.
Ooh, 125. That's a big cut.
That's a bigger cut. Yeah, I'm gonna be cutting 25 pounds.
Yeah, shit. When's the last time you were 125 pounds?
Probably like 5th grade. I was a fat kid growing up.
Shit, that's pretty crazy, Now, if Raul Ortiz watching an interview, what do you have to say to Raul?
Honestly, let's put on a banger. Let's put on one hell of a show. Let's have the best match on the card, and then let's just have the crowd going crazy. That's what I trained for. That's what I want, and I just want to put on one hell of a show. So I know he's training hard. I know I'm training hard. So there's only one way it can go, and I know that people want entertainment, and so let's entertain the people.
How do you think you're gonna win the fight?
Honestly, I think it's gonna be a dog fight because it's gonna be tough going back and forth. But I see it being a standing match because I feel like our grappling is gonna kind of cancel each other out.
You think the fight will go to distance?
Only God knows on that one. Only God knows that one. But in a perfect world, I don't want to fight 3 rounds.
You don't want to put him out on the second or the first, second or the third.
Either one.
Either one. That's pretty awesome, Now, for more info, check out DragonHouseMMA.com, guys. This is a huge fight card, and definitely don't miss it out. Door opens at 3 p.m. First fight kicks off at 4 p.m. Pro fight kicks off at 7 p.m. So it's gonna be crazy stack card. Check out my website, and if you can make it, order your pay-per-view voucher from DragonHouseMMA.com. And I'm Zhong Lo signing out. And one more question: who is your favorite UFC fighter right now?
Right now, Diego Lopez. Diego Lopez is probably one of my favorite fighters right now. He's been wrestling with Oklahoma State, and I love Oklahoma State. They just got David Taylor as their coach, and so he's Brazilian, but he represents Mexico, so I can really appreciate that.
Now, Khamzat Chimaev is fighting for the 85 belt on the same night as you fighting August 16th. Who you rooting for? Khamzat or the champ?
I think I got to go with Dragons Duplessis.
Really?
Yeah, I think so, man. I think so. Khamzat's a beast, but I doubted Dragons Duplessis, but he made me a fan. I ain't gonna lie. He made me a fan with his weird ass style.
The first 2 rounds definitely is gonna be Khamzat.
Absolutely.
I think the fight more than 2 rounds, you're probably right. That's the thing about, Khamzat comes out, it's going to be 200 miles per hour. He's going to go all out. So I think his wrestling might be a little bit too much for Duplessis in the first 2 rounds. But if he can survive the first 2 rounds, you're probably right. But if the first 2 rounds Khamzat can pull the magic off, I think
Who knows? I'm excited.
I'm a big fan of Khamzat, so hopefully you can see him come out of the dub. But his style is so crazy. He doesn't feel his opponents out. He doesn't pace himself out. He comes out, guns and blaze. I mean, you got to prepare for that guy. Like the second the fight starts, and that's what I love about him, and that's what I'm a little worried about for him. Because he doesn't pace out. But so far, he's working out for him. So we'll see. I'm a big fan of him. So I'll be watching our event, and I'll be watching his event on my phone. So anyway. All right, guys, I'm signing out. We'll see you guys August 16th. And I'm Zhong Lo. Right next to me, we have Jimmy Padilla. Signing out.